Welcome everyone. Welcome. So my name's Cathy. We're going to do our chair yoga program. Today you can be bare feet or sock feet, or if you really prefer to leave your shoes on for stability, that's also an option. Have a cushion or a yoga block or beach ball, something that you can use. And we're going to start by placing that block or cushion ball between the knees, so nice and tall on your chair. And rest the arms maybe by the sides and roll the shoulders up, down, and back a couple times. Good. And then bringing your hands to the legs. Palms can be facing down for grounding or facing up for receiving. Notice your feet on the earth. Notice your sitting bones on the chair. Start to bring your focus inwards on your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. You might notice you grow taller on the in-breath, softening on the out-breath. And see if you can breathe into the belly. You might even place one hand on the belly to help facilitate that. Taking a moment to center with our breath. You can breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, or out through the mouth if that feels more comfortable. And let's bring one or both hands to our heart, feeling the beat of your heart, your center of love and compassion, kindness. And taking a moment to set your intention for your practice, that heartfelt intention. Resting our hands on the legs. And blinking the eyes open, creating awareness around you. Good. Turning the corners of your mouth up to show some teeth and smile. So if you haven't smiled yet today, smiling is part of the practice. Releasing those positive endorphins, that's it. And let's pick up that ball or cushion, block, whatever you have. You might widen your feet a little. Framing that at the chest. We're going to reach it forward, inhaling. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull it in. Nice and tall. Inhale, just warming up. Last one, forward. Good, let's take it overhead. Reach it up, inhaling. Exhale, back to the heart. That's it. Welcome. It's so good to see a few new faces today. So someone told two friends and they told two friends. Awesome. Good. Couple more like this. You might follow your ball or block. Let's reach it up, then take that block or ball in one hand, circle it around, back into the heart space. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, circle around. Good. Again, inhale, grow taller. Circle around. That's it. One more each way. Good. Last one. Good. And release. From here, let's turn to face your right. And we can, a couple options with the ball or block. If you have a block, it might be easier. But you can place that on the floor. You can scoot forward a little bit, and your knee might just rest or touch that block or ball. So freeing up this front hip, hang on to the chair seat with your back hand. And then the front hand can reach up with an in-breath. And then side bend. Good. So other hand, yes, there we go. And towards your chair. Yeah, good. Yes. And your back hand comes to the chair seat. Yes, yeah. So reach this hand up. Reach this hand up and over. So you're reaching out of this hip. Yeah, and lift your torso.
Gotcha.
There we go. So notice how that feels in your body. Looking good. Opening that hip flexor. Let's take it back up. Let's reach both arms up. So warrior one, front foot is grounded as much as you can. Back leg still opening through the hip, grounding through the ball of the back foot. Shoulders relaxing, that's it. Let's bring the back hand to the thigh. Front hand reaches forward, front leg stretches back, so it comes up off your block. And opening, let that hip kind of square off the hips and shoulders. Notice that little shift. Breathing here. Just noticing your breath. That's it. Reaching both arms up, bend your back knee, start to pivot to turn forward. Adjust that extended leg, reaching fingertip to fingertip. So pushing into the outer edges of that front leg. It might be here, it might be anywhere off to the side. That's it. Palms turning upwards, palms turning down. So rotating, spiraling the arm bones right out of the shoulder joint. Good. That's it. And let's leave our palms up, top hand to the sky, back hand lightly resting on the thigh. And if you're not pushing into the knee, that the hand's just touching. We're opening here through the ribs, side body. Getting a little compression here. You might feel that compression. As you're ready, windmill back to parallel arms. Taking another breath, let's come into extended side angle. So we're going to lower that front elbow and arm, lightly resting. Circle the back arm up and around by your ear, and then open the shoulders a bit more. And if that doesn't feel good for your shoulder, maybe the arm's down here. So you can modify for comfort. See if you can take a little pressure off the elbow so that you're lifting through the waist. That's it. Keep smiling if you're having fun. I know we get so serious in yoga. Inhale, reaching it up, back to those parallel arms. Good. And relax your arms. Help that back leg forward and the front. Turn to face center. Just pausing for a moment. Notice sensation in the body. Notice your breath. Good. And then from here, perhaps we turn to face the other way. You could leave your ball or block there. Scoot forward a little bit on your chair. And opening that front hip. Your back buttock is firmly on the chair seat. Back hand on the chair seat. And then reaching the front arm up. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, you might add a little side bend. Keep pressing through the feet for support. Keep noticing your breath. Noticing sensation. Can you soften the muscles of your face? Good. Reaching both arms up. Come into warrior one. So shoulders are over the hips. Warrior one, pressing firmly through the feet for support. Good. And then release the back hand to the thigh. Front hand forward, front leg back. Flying warrior. Good. Allowing breath to flow. Lengthen the spine. Feel all the edges of the front foot grounding. Let's reach both arms up. Bend your back knee. Start to pivot on the back toe. Opening, coming into warrior two. Now this leg might come more forward, so whatever feels good for this hip and this knee. Reaching fingertip to fingertip. That's it. Rotating our palms, turning up, palms turning down. That's it. Spiraling the arm bones. And then palm reaching up, back hand to the thigh for support. Again, just opening here, breathing, creating space. Let's windmill back to warrior two, those parallel arms. And then lower that front arm to the thigh, lightly resting. Circle the back arm up and around, arm by the ear. Hug your shoulder blades together, broaden the collarbones to the front. That's it. Lightly resting so that you're doing the work. You're lifting through the waistline here. Good. Just breathing. Extended side angle. Let's bring that arm up, back to warrior two, and then float the arms down by your legs. Help that back leg forward, the front. We'll turn to face center, pausing for a moment. Just check in. How does the body feel? How do you notice? Good. You're working hard. That's it. Good. So breathing and noticing. Good. From here, let's bring our hands to the chair back. Fingers away, so resting the heels of the hand, opening the chest, shoulders, ground your feet, and extend your spine. Good. Breathing and noticing. Opening the heart. Opening the chest, shoulders. Just breathing. A variation of camel pose, or maybe a modification of fish pose. Looks good. Let's round, bring it forward, bring the hands forward. Bring the hands to the thighs, so making sure you're a little bit away from your chair back. We're going to do cat and cow. So we're going to inhale, fill up the belly, arch the spine as we gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, draw the belly in as we gaze down. Inhaling forward for cow pose or extension. Exhale, rounding the spine for flexion. Just make sure that flexion feels okay for your spine. Some of you may not do flexion if your doctor has said not to flex your spine. If you're dealing with osteoporosis, maybe. So you can decide as well. Breathing deeply. With as little or as much movement, or maybe no movement, just the breath. Good. And let's return center, nice and tall as you're ready. Good. Bringing hands to the heart. Anjali Mudra, thumbs at the heart. Connecting with that heart's desire or your intention. Knowing that you can opt out of anything we do today, you can rest at any time, or just pause in meditation. Let's continue if you're ready to go again. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn gently to your right, one hand on the thigh and outside knee, and one hand back on your chair seat. Add an easy twist. So breathing into this shape. Front, back, and sides of the ribs. Your belly rising and falling, that's it. And you can breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, or out through the mouth. Both feet grounding. And on your next inhale, you might reach up, turning center. Exhale, hands to the heart space, pausing at the heart. Letting the ribs settle, your spine. And on your next in-breath, reaching up. Exhale, gently turn in the opposite direction. One hand outside the thigh, knee, one hand back by your chair. Again, adjust your eye gaze for neck comfort. You can look at the horizon or look down a little. Breathing in awareness, breathing out tightness, just breathing. As you're ready, reach up skyward, turning center, hands back to the heart space. Good. And releasing. Good. From here, let's hug that right knee in. You might bring your heel to the chair seat. If that doesn't work, you can hook your arms like so, or you can even rest that foot just having it a little bit elevated on your block or ball, pulling it in. Good. So breathing into the ribs and belly here. So our single wind relieving stretch, good for digestion, nourishing the hip as well. Feel your belly rise and fall, shoulders softening, letting go of any tension or tightness, just breathing. Good. Then we might pick up that lower leg, cradling the lower leg, rocking back and forth. A little movement out of the hip. Or you might do some stirring if that feels good. Maybe stirring the other direction. So we've got this ball and socket joint here. We want to stir or move the femur, the large leg bone right out of the hip joint. Resting our ankle above or below the knee. So you might be here, or it might look something like this. Or using your block or ball, just getting a little bit of external hip rotation. So whatever feels good for you, for your knee, for your hip. Nice and tall, broadening the collarbones. Creating that awareness of your posture, even in seated here. So supporting the spine. Good. And then releasing, let's bring that foot back to the earth. Noticing how that feels, noticing your breath. That's it. And let's do the other side. So we're going to draw that opposite knee in. You might hook the arms like so. You might draw it in a little closer. Maybe the heel rests on the chair seat. Breathing into the belly and ribs. Good. Noticing your breath. And this is a good stretch to do first thing in the morning before you even get out of bed. You're lying in bed, you can hug one knee in, pause for several deep breaths. Maybe do the other side, maybe lying in bed, you set your intention for the day. Set that heartfelt intention. Because remember, our thoughts become our actions. How does that go? Thoughts, actions, words. Something like that. So having those kind thoughts and knowing that you're worthy of abundance. You set that intention out to the universe, out to, whatever your beliefs are. All you have to do is ask. And then maybe stirring. Good. And remember to take care of yourself. Ask for what you need, phone a friend, come to chair yoga. Looking good. Let's rest here in that figure 4 stretch or seated pigeon, above or below the joint, or maybe foot resting on a block or ball, cushion, that's it. Noticing how this feels, relax your hands, fingers. Sometimes we hold tension in our hands. or our face. Maybe we're gripping, the teeth are clenching, so soften your jaw, part the lips. Just breathing, following the breath, that meditative breath, ocean sounding breath. And as you're ready, releasing that foot back to the floor, noticing how that whole side feels as we connect our feet to the earth. Good. And if you can connect your feet to the earth in bare feet, as the months warm up, as the sun warms up, maybe you get out and walk around on your grass in bare feet. Maybe the sand. Soak up that good energy from the earth. From here, let's come to stand, and you can set your block aside or your ball cushion. And we're going to position ourselves in front of our chair seat. And you can face sideways or straight on, whatever feels good for your body. Good. Nice and tall in mountain pose. Feet rooted. Again, you can be bare feet, sock feet, or shoes. Just be mindful of the surface that you're on, that you don't slip, and that your chair feels sturdy on its surface. Good. Hands into our heart, Anjali Mudra. Sink into the feet. You might lift your toes and spread them out. Good. From here, let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reach to a flat back position, hands on the chair. Take a step back, right and left, into a plank position. So you might drop the hips in line with the shoulders if that feels good. If not, you can certainly be in a more bent position. So plank, then you might do an upward dog, inhaling, dropping the hips, filling up belly. Exhale, lift the hips, step forward into downward dog as you reach your hands to the chair back. Feel the foundation through your feet. Pressing through both hands. And bend your knees as much as you need to. You're going to feel some stretch sensation in the back perhaps. And then when you're ready, come up halfway. Walk your hands to your thighs for support. And then hinge all the way up. Palms forward. Tall mountain. Feel both feet rooted to the mat. Body tall. Good. Let's bring our hands back to our heart. Anjali Mudra. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reaching up, saluting the sun. Exhale, folding forward, flat back. Stepping back left and right into plank. And exhale, aligning your plank. Good. Inhale, upward dog or just another breath in plank. Exhale, lift the hips, step forward into downward dog. Again, bend the knees as much as you need to, elongating the spine. And breathing into this shape. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands to your thighs for support. Hinge the rest of the way up. Tall mountain. Pause for a moment. Just breathe. Just notice. Hands back to the heart. Let's add on this time. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, fold flat back. Hands on the chair. Inhale, step back right and left. And exhale, find that strong plank. Good. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, stepping forward. Press the hips back. And then come up halfway. Secure your spine. I'm just hanging on to the sides of my chair. Bring your right knee to your nose, look down. Inhale, press that heel away, look forward. Do it again, knee towards your nose, rounding the spine. Press away. One more time. Knee towards the nose. Press it away. And then bring your foot back to the floor and back to downward dog. Pause for a moment. That's it, just breathe. Good, as you're ready, come up halfway, hands to the thighs, tall mountain. Good, hands back to the heart. Let's do the other side. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward, flat back. Stepping back left and right to plank. As you're ready, come into that strong plank, belly drawing in, and then inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So stepping in forward into that downward dog. And then inhale, slide the hands forward towards you, halfway lift. Left knee to the nose as you look down. Inhale, press away, look forward. Do it again, exhale, round. Inhale, press away. One more time. Return to downward dog. As you're ready, come up halfway. Hands to the thighs. All the way. Tall mountain. Good, and release, shake it out. So again, take opportunity to hydrate, to make any little adjustments as you need to. And we're going to continue facing our chair seat. So we're going to do a little bit of core work and then come into another little stretch and strengthening. Good, so standing in front of our chair, about 1.5 feet or so in front of your chair. We're going to come down to that flat back position. And belly's drawing in just a little bit here, pushing up into the shoulder girdle. And we're going to lift one arm and then bring it back to the chair. So we'll start with arms. Lift the other arm. So grounding in our feet. Do it again. Lift one arm parallel and release. Lift the other arm. So we're finding a little bit of core work here in the shoulder girdle. Very subtle perhaps. Last one. Good. Both hands on the chair. This time legs, one leg at a time. Reach it back and bring it back to the floor. Reach it back. And your neck is long. You're gazing a little bit forward, keeping the neck long, alternating these leg lifts, strengthening the back part of the hip. Good. One more each way. Good, and then we're going to put that together. So we're going to do opposite arm and leg. Here we go, opposite arm and leg, little lift, balancing on 2 points. That's it, take your time, other side. And again, finding strength and balance. Just work at your own pace. Good, last one each way. Good. And then sinking into the feet, one hand to the thigh, the other. Hinge up, come back into that tall mountain. Sink back into the feet. Let your spine settle. Breathing and noticing. Good. And then from here, let's bring our hands to our hips. So from here, we're going to take our back foot a little bit forward, our front leg, step it back, turn the toe out a little, and then rotate our hips to the front. We're going to hinge, come forward into pyramid pose. So that front leg is fairly straight. And we're angling our hips towards the chair. So back hip is pulling back, front hip is forward. Getting a hamstring stretch. Elongating your spine. Just keeping the neck long so that we're gazing a little bit forward. And feeling strength from your hips, waistline to your shoulder girdle. Keep pulling that back hip back, the front hip forward, deepening that stretch in the hamstring, in the back of this upper thigh. Good. One more breath. Bending both knees, step forward, ground your feet, then bring the hands to the thighs for support. Come up slowly, tall mountain. Shine your heart forward, that's it. Just breathe. Just notice. Good. Let's do the pyramid pose on the other side. Bring your hands back to the hips. So from here, we're going to take a lengthy step back on your back foot. Turn the back toes out about 20 or 30 degrees. Rotate the hips more squarely to the front. Then hinge, come into a flat back, hands on the chair. And this front leg is fairly straight here. Not so straight that we're hyperextending. So you want to see your kneecap poking out. To deepen the stretch, pull the front hip back, the back hip forward. Ooh, saying hello to those hamstring muscles. Is everyone feeling that? Good. Get two heads of the hamstrings here. You might feel that more on the outside head, the hamstring. Getting a little bit of support through the belly and the shoulder girdle. And that front hip back, the back hip forward to deepen the stretch. Just breathing. Good. Bend both knees, step it forward, ground your feet, walk your hands to the thighs. Come on up. Tall mountain. Shoulders open, chest open. I'm going to turn to face front. You guys can sort of stay as you are if you want. We're going to inhale, reach it up. Exhale, interlace the hands, make a little steeple with your pointer fingers. Take another breath. Right side bend. Inhale, grow tall and center. And side bend the other direction. Inhale, tall. And to the side. Looking good. Take your time, use your breath. Last one each way. Good. Take it back center, release the arms, and roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Good. And then from here, we can adjust our chair. We're going to take our chair forward and come in behind your chair. Feet are hip bone width apart. And we're going to rise up on our toes and release the heels down. Good. Take your time, rise up on the toes. Release the heels down. Rise up. Thank you. That's it. Take your time. You can also do this seated. If you're seated, just lifting your heels, dropping the heels down. Again, just doing what you can, always taking a break. Know that you can just honor your body. Do what you can. That's it. Last one. And let's come to that right side of our chair. Again, hand on the hip, hand on the chair for support. Shift your balance to the inside leg, and then outside leg presses away and touches the floor. So press away, a comfortable range of motion for your body. That's it, looks good. Body tall. Looking good. 2 more. Last one. Good. Pause, both feet grounded, outside arm is long. Let's take a breath in, reach it up. Side bend. So a different version of our crescent moon. Shoulder relaxing inside shoulder and elbow. Feel the expansion of the side ribs. Following your breath. And when you're ready, you can reach it up with an in-breath and exhale, float the arm down by your side. Good. Bring that hand back to the hip. So again, shift your balance to the inside leg. Outside knee comes up. Add some external rotation. Close and back to the floor. Let's do it again, body tall. Up, open, close, and to the floor. That's it. Strengthening both sides of the body. Looking good. Good, last two. And last one. And release. Good, walk it out on the spot for a moment. And then both feet grounding. Let's come back for one more pose. We're gonna lift the outside heel, turn the knee out, bring the ankle, the heel just above the ankle, nice and tall. Option to have the foot there. For further challenge, you might have the foot pressing into the side leg, and maybe you reach your branches out for tree pose. So any version of tree. Reaching crown of the head to the sky, shining your heart forward, finding balance. Good. Just breathing. Know that your chair is right there if you need it. Good.
It's hard to do, to let go.
All right, take the knee forward. So that might be a nice one to practice when you're home. So walk it out, walk it over to the other side. Good. Same thing, other side. We're going to bring our hand to our hip. We're going to shift our balance to the inside leg, and then we're going to take the outside leg away and bring it back to the floor. Body tall, away and back to the floor. That's it. You've got it. So just moving with your breath. Good. Last two. And last one. Good. Grounding both feet. Relax the outside arm. Outside arm reaches up with an in-breath. Exhale, crescent moon. Softening the inside elbow and shoulder. Breathing into this shape. Noticing sensation. Reach it back up, float the arm down to your side and to the hip. All right, the second strengthening. So shift your balance. Here we go, outside leg lifts up, external rotation, close and back to the floor. Taking it up, open. So remember to modify for comfort, for strength, for any injuries or concerns that you're dealing with. One side might feel completely different and need something a little different. And day to day, your practice might vary. So be kind to yourself, no judgment. That's it, looking good. Last two. And last one. Great work, everyone. Good, walk it out on the spot. And then we're going to come into tree pose. So our tree pose on this side. Shift your balance, lift the outside heel, turn the knee out. Again, option one to keep your toes on the floor. As you find tree, as you reach your branches, maybe you slide up a little higher, you decide. Pick that focal point to gaze at. Good. One side might be more challenging, and that's okay. I think this is my more challenging side.
Only when you said it.
Yeah. Good. Breathing and noticing. It suddenly got windier. Good. And release. Shake it out. Grab some water. Grab whatever you need for your final relaxation. I'm going to turn the lights down here a little bit, so we'll come back to our chair. So you can sit in your chair, you can lie down on the floor with your legs up the chair. You might have your feet on the floor or a yoga block. You might sit cross-legged, whatever feels good. Anything goes. So nice and tall. But then use your chair for support. You can sit back in your chair if you like. You can rest your hands on the legs or fold them in your lap, either or. Eyes can be opened or closed. And feel the feet grounding to the earth. Your sitting bones and buttocks on the chair. Hands resting on the legs, grounding. And just noticing your breath. Noticing sensation in the body. Following the rise and fall of each breath. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but simply breathe. Taking your time to awaken, blinking the eyes open, perhaps sitting a little taller, maybe inviting a stretch or a movement that feels good for you. Whatever feels good, just kind of check in, how do you feel? And then when you're ready to close your practice, we can draw our hands back to our heart in Anjali Mudra. Taking a moment of heartfelt gratitude, kindness for ourselves, for each other, this practice. You can close our practice with a bow and the word namaste. Namaste.